Just in 30 seconds, brief introduction about yourself, primarily the role and in connection with this. Perhaps everybody, most of us know each other, but still for the benefit of everybody, just 30-minute intro, 30-second intro. Chell, starting with you, 30 seconds.
Hi everyone, I'm Amitava Chell. I'm 98 civil engineering pass out from the college. Currently working at Wipro Consulting Services as a practice partner in strategic technology consulting.
Santanu Sengupta, 96 electrical. I work for Moloy. My responsibility is to lead the innovation analytics and data sciences practice at Moloy.
Hello everyone, this is Moloy Nath. I am 2002 batch electronics and telecommunication. I work in depository trust and clearing corporations, and I have been working on fixed income clearing and settlement. But last week my boss told me to go work on data automation and resiliency. So I'm trying to figure that out. How do I do it? Hi, I'm Debashis Kundu, 96 EDC pass out. I've been with Cisco for the last 20 years, and I'm basically a solution architect responsible for leading the team of automation and cloud, network automation, cloud, and variety of other stuff. But primarily I'm focusing on automation right now.
Good afternoon everyone, I'm Jayanta here. I'm calling from Duke College.
That's absolutely fine. You are part of BECAA. That's fine.
Thank you. But I'm a computer science engineer and I've been working on Johnson & Johnson. I've been mostly looking into voice, network automation and contact centers where we bring in different vendors and try to get ideas and we bring the business to it. So we are the conduit between the business and IT. Now how we get new innovative ideas into change it, how we roll it out, how we bring the benefits. So we look into that aspect from my team.
Okay. Thank you so much for the introduction. Now the first question, let me start from left to right. So let's go to Chell again. So Amitava, the first question, you are from banking industry, you are working, your topic is more on the, what's the trend of automation in banking and some financial services. So banking industry, as many also mentioned, that's the biggest purchaser of any technology. Their tech spend is much more compared to the rest of the industry. Now, what are the latest trends you are seeing, more on the automation and specifically in the AI, ML area, with some business use cases if you can share?
Let me start with the terminology automation, right? From the experiences, this is the most abused term used in the industry, right? Automation means it's ranging from RPA, process automation, part, AI, ML, deep learning, cognitive computing, everything, right, together. So what happened in recent past in the banking industry, what we have seen, major progress in the RPA area, in the process automations, manual processes being transformed into automated processes, from the business process perspective, transactional processes and data processing areas. Where the industry is struggling today, mainly banking industry is focusing on mainly on the resilience part. How compliances and regulations and risk compliance sectors could be impacted with the automation changes what is happening in the industry. We have seen recent past like Wells Fargo, Barclays and all, right? The resilience, the penalties they have not about. So what we are seeing, a lot of focus in the automation and AI and ML application into these areas, how to optimize the cost on the penalties or getting better resiliency with that areas. Second, areas where the industry is struggling and trying to get next level of automation, bringing the cognitive part into it. How can we bring human behavior, human-centric, the mindset and the cultural part, and also the psychological and personalization, right? Hyper-personalization is a major focus area. Apart from the KYC, AML, transactions, all these transactional parts being done, most of the organization. Though the experiences in large organization in banking across the globe is not very consistent. Experiences are not happy. To be very frank, I work for Wipro, we do have automation platform called Wipro Homes, like Watson is having, TCS is having, Neo. Most of the organizations are coming up with automation platforms and application anywhere, blue prisms and all. But how it is being implemented in the industries, the experiences are not that great in all aspects. There are successes. Major challenge mainly in the implementation, way of implementation part. And data collections and quality of data and data transparency, data source part is the major fundamental bottleneck.
I will come back to the challenge part. So first round,
So
if I just switch to Santanu then from
yeah, sure, absolutely.
So, okay, so Chandra, my first question to you, because your topic is smart automation using AI. Arindam talked about intelligent automation. It's a galaxy of terminology. So my first question is, automation is nothing new. Process automation is nothing new either. What's smartness about using AI in it? If you just help us understand more of a layman perspective or more from a consumer perspective.
Thank you. As we have seen quite a few examples here, that we have gone through several revolutions of automation, starting with industrial revolution and electricity and the electronics revolution. All of them had major impact. They helped us improve our efficiency, increased our reach, or made us more powerful. But what we are seeing today with the ML and the smart automation is a little bit different, because none of the other ones challenged human imagination or intellect. Yeah, I'll take two examples here, and given all of you here are engineers or budding engineers, I'm going to give two examples that are a little bit deeper. So when we started thinking beyond regular automation, go towards more smart automation, we realized that there are some fundamental challenges. Number one is that we needed to understand the world before we could take decisions. And that understanding was a problem. And understanding was a problem because image recognition was not there. So before we could solve higher order problems, we realized that image recognition is one of the very fundamental problems that we have to solve. There came the convolutional neural network, and today the algorithms around that is pretty stable, and that's why you have Teslas moving all over the place without a human driver. Now, going beyond that, what people started realizing is that now we understand images, right? If you show a computer images of a cat and ask what it is, it will say it's a cat. But if you ask it to draw another cat, will it be able to do that? The answer was yes, it can actually do that, but all the cats it drew look very similar. But look at human beings. If you show a human being a few cats and ask him to draw another cat, he'll draw another cat, and you ask him to draw another cat, he'll draw a little different cat. So we started realizing that this whole gradient descent that is in the core of most of the AI algorithms has a problem, right? It tries to minimize the errors, and in the process create something that's very uniform. So beyond that, we have to go and inject maybe a little bit of randomness into that. And then when we ask the machines to create cats, it will probably create very different cats. There comes the next generation of AI algorithms, the generative adversarial networks, or GANs. With that, now we can actually ask the computer to design shoes, feed some shoes, and ask it to design shoes, it will design its own shoe, and every time it will do it a little bit different. So as you can see that we are going higher in that journey towards automation. What will happen next? I don't know, but I can give you one example from Tesla. Musk first wanted to automate everything in Tesla, end-to-end, right? In the process, he realized there are some very simple things that they were having a lot of problems. For example, if the robots that we saw here, the robotic hands, drop a screw, it couldn't go find the screw. So Musk realized that humans are maybe underrated. And he wrote a tweet that said that excessive automation in Tesla has been a mistake. To be precise, my mistake. Humans are underrated.
Thank you. Okay. So Moloy, so your topic is automation and agile practices. So my first question to you, we had other practices in the industry for long. Agile is another buzzword. So even if it's actually not agile in mindset, but people have some agile practices and ceremony to follow agile. So why do you think, what's the interconnection between this, and why do you think agile practices is more suitable for automation? If you agree.
Thank you. So just to clear out, right? So we changed the format from round table to stand up just to capture the spirit of it. So let me start there and say that agile means a lot of things to a lot of people. Right? For some people, it's a lot of ceremonies, stand-ups, and scrums, and a lot of things. For a lot of developers, there are a lot of meetings. For IT executives, it's an experience. For unhappy product managers, it's a lot of money and never getting done anything. But for the happy product manager, for them it's magic, right? But we are engineers, we don't like vagueness, we like to get into the details of the thing. So let's peel down here, right? What it is. Basically, it is taking an approach of designing product in an iterative way so that we can incorporate feedback effectively and change it. That's the speed, that's what we're trying to do. But sometimes, things get lost in the translation. So what do we need to do that, right? If we want to do that, so that all means that, well, I'm from technical background, so I'm going to, talk technical examples with app dev. So that means you have to, start developing quickly, integrating quickly, deploying quickly, testing quickly, and operationalizing quickly. Like that's nothing bad about it, right? Now we call it agile or whatever we do. The thing is, these are all common sense, right? We should do all of that. We should find efficiency to do that. But why we haven't been doing this? Because you need something like agile to push you forward, and you cannot achieve agile without being in a state where you can support this agility, this nimbleness through your automation. So that's why I think both has to be looked together, not for the perspective of the acronyms, looking at the perspective, what are we trying to achieve, then I think we'll understand the true meaning of it and we'll make analysis.
Thank you. Debashis sir. So your topic is service provider network automation, and you are from Cisco. The tagline of it is future for network automation. So what is the future of service provider network automation?
Okay, that's a very good question. So let me start with what service provider are going through today. If you look into big service provider like AT&T or Verizon or even cable provider, they are going through a lot of transformation. Their network is getting more complex as network is getting virtualized, moving into cloud, and it's very hard to troubleshoot. Not only that, the applications are demanding a lot of different characteristics of network. Application owners are trying to program the network. Earlier, traditional network used to be like, CLI guy come in and program that, but the speed that they are doing is not going to have the experience that customer is looking for. Right now, service provider is trying to see like how can I serve the application from a cloud and give the best experience. So for that to happen, your network infrastructure has to be totally automated. So what we are calling is the intent-based networking. So intent is your application is giving the intent that I want to go point A to point B and I want to have this much bandwidth. So as soon as that intent is given by the top layer, then the network translation layers is going to kind of translate that intent into a business outcome, or rather the configuration of the network devices from end-to-end perspective. And then it's going to activate that configuration throughout the network with policies that defined by the application owner. And then it's going to monitor that application to make sure that there is any bandwidth changes needed, or there is any customization needed or optimization needed for that particular applications. And then it's going to optimize the path. So for example, let's say you are running into bandwidth issues while the application owner is trying to do certain things. So it's monitored the bandwidth, it sees that this path where the application is taking, that path is congested. So it's automatically steering that application to a different path, which is segment routing is one of the new technology that we are doing, where it's a source-based routing, meaning the source is defining the routing. Normally all routing for last 20 years that we have been doing is destination-based routing. You tell the destination and then the packet is getting routed to the destination. So the router already know the path, that which location I need to go. But here we are changing the dynamics. We are calling source is defining the destination, where to go and what parameter or characteristic he wants to have to route that application. So that is the biggest changes we are seeing in everywhere right now, intent-based networking. And for that to happen, we are using AI, ML in terms of translation, the context that you are giving the application that needs to be translated into a networking terms. And then you need to activate the configuration where the orchestration and network automation come into play. And then you need to monitor that application so that you can basically you can classify the user experience, and then that experience feedback to your network automation so that we can change the path based on the application needs. So this is the bigger trend, and that we are seeing across the service provider network right now.
Thank you. Jayanta. So coming back to your topic, network, voice and contact center automation. My question is a little bit different than the customer centric, because most of the cases it is more of a let's focus on customer. But as it's a contact center and voice, you have the employee satisfaction is also one of the needs, where automation will make them much more satisfied. So if we take an employee centric rather than always customer centric, because one of the views is if you help employees to be satisfied, then that in turn will make customers satisfied, which in turn will make shareholders satisfied. But forget about that part. Can you help us understand the contact center automation, some of the use cases that will help employees to be much more satisfied once you have the automation in place?
Well, from an employee perspective, I know we talked about, technically we talked about how the automation is done and all this stuff, right? And Arindam talked about how it impacts employees. So as we roll out this automation, as we roll out these types of bots that we have in the system, if I look at contact center agent, when you call it, what is my balance? Done. What is it done? Next time you call it, it calls out a very complex problem. Now, when we are doing all these things in bots is basically doing a simple reiterative task, which is simple task. The complex is coming up, but with AI and everything is coming up. But again, from an employee perspective, what I'm saying is here, my employee is always taking the hard task of the day. So 8 hours in a day, they are continuously taking the hardest job. So the job is changing for the employee, right? So bots are helping the customer, but then bots are also creating a problem with the employee too. So now I have to see how I have to manage an employee so that they can get a break from hardest task and go and do something different. So you give a back-end task to them so that they can get a break from this customer shouting at them. So from a context center perspective, that's a critical change that is coming in, because as we introduce this bots and automation, employees' satisfaction is going to go down, because if you don't take care of them, they are going to get hit by the hardest task and they're going to quit. So as part of this, we are also introducing something at the back end, which is also automation, understanding what they are speaking directly, because previously we were recording those calls that are on the screen. Now we are also automatically analyzing those recordings and finding out who are getting frustrated, why they're getting frustrated. That is part of quality management. Slowly we are seeing that coming on in the picture. So we are starting to get the back-end jobs into the picture so that we can manage the workforce in a way that they are not always doing something. So employee satisfaction in that way, how we are doing the work. So the work is going to change from a day to day. At the same time, as Neem is saying, we have been doing certain types of jobs day and day, but that is going to change. Now it is changing. From like Neem is saying, we need people who know how to converse. So it's not technical at this point, it's now understanding the intent, creating those intents. So jobs are going to change, the jobs are going to go away. As Prabir showed, the automation is not going to take care of jobs, but the job skills are going to change. So the concept here is the job is going to take care of the job? No. You have to update your skills so that you keep continuously going to the new phase, and what you learn is unlearned in 5 years or 10 years. What I have learned 10 years back, I was the best. Today, I'm a zero. Because all these new things are coming into place, and unless I keep updating my skills, we are done.
Okay, yep, thank you. So I just came to know we have to leave this all by 5:30, so I will have another round. And if we can make it quick, then we have 2 other sessions, one for Ritisha and another for Bhaskar, followed by vote of thanks. So my request if you make it quick. So coming back to Chell, we left on the challenges part. And the biggest challenge, I think, is more on the job part. And one of the reports, like thousands of other reports, that over the next decade, banking industry is going to lose 200,000 jobs next year. Now, what are the new avenues, new learning skill? Assume it's easy. What are the new avenues or new kinds of jobs that you can foresee?
It's a big statement that 200,000 jobs will be gone, but it would be there in a different form. What Jayanta has mentioned, with new skill sets. I'll give some examples. Right today, there are some experiments being done by Barclays, right in London, Canary Wharf branch. There is no one there in this branch. Only robots are there, right? And you can walk in with an experience. The conversational AI being implemented with the robots and with your mobile apps connections. They will analyze what is your background, why you are coming, and that's where they started conversations, right? But building that environment, a lot of efforts being done, how it is being developed. So maybe today front-end workers in banks will not be there in tomorrow, but there will be some back-end jobs who will create these capabilities for the banks. From the IT perspective, what we are seeing, right, when we develop the digital transformation for banks, it's not just web-based design, right, or internet banking or mobile apps. I think you touched upon on the UI part. It's not about Java, HTML, or anything, right? How do you design that UI experiences? So, City is the classic examples, right? 56 countries.
I'm sorry, if you just short,
Yeah. So basically, personalization, right? How do you design the web page? How do you conversation? Start interacting that. So a lot of psychological element, human behavior centric part from different culture, ethnicity, and background, and persona-based application of the automation in any form, right? Even bots cannot be standardized anymore tomorrow. So it could be personalized bots. So one bot can have multiple versions and personalized. How they will be implemented, that's where the skill sets will be coming. Even the interactions and banking behavior, like your mutual fund and investment banking, right, could be automated. But bringing that logic to the bots, how the NLP being implemented, how the gut feelings and things will be implemented through AI filters will be important. So jobs will not be going away, it will be new skill sets and competencies will be coming back.
Okay. So, Santanu, we come back to you later, and let's get from Moloy. So Moloy, you were a technologist as well, plus you were working in the Agile space. As you told, different people have different meaning when it's in Agile. But as far as any organization, be it a very modern, new tech organization or maybe somebody who has a huge legacy, is there any challenge following Agile while implementing certain technologies for others, maybe it's not? What's your experience?
Absolutely, yeah. There are a lot of challenges, and what I would say is if you read the party just like as it is, you may not like it, but if you add a pinch of salt, you might like it, right? So my point is, there are a lot of interdependencies between your automation technology and Agile practices, and for that, it is typically 3 to 5 years transformation that everybody needs to go through to get there. But you cannot wait for all of that to fall in place before you start your Agile journey. So the executives, they will start somewhere, and I think that the most they can get out of is just being honest with themselves where they are, and then get some engagement with the people on the ground and see what are the challenges and how can we calibrate to achieve higher success, keeping the objective in mind. And sometimes you can adjust, right? So the biggest mistake people can do is to try to fit everybody in one size, right? And it is not. So my point about being honest is, for some, 2-week sprint may not make sense because your technology shop is not ready for that. So why don't you go 4 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever that works, right? Sometimes people, complain about lack of documentation because of, fragmented stories. Why don't you take a 1 month or 2 weeks of sprint zero to document all of that? So my key point is that keep the objective in mind and adjust as you can see the challenges. That's probably one of the good outcomes that you can achieve through all these challenges.
Okay, thank you. So that was once again. So my next question to you is, which industries, from the consuming perspective, you see the major traction in terms of service provider network automation? Is it on the telecom or across the industries?
I think we are seeing mostly telecom plus cable, both going through a tremendous transformation in terms of their network journey, the automation journey, because of the 5G. Everybody is ramping up for the 5G application. And they wanted to have the network fully automated before they can ramp up the 5G, because otherwise they cannot launch the new services that they are planning for 5G. So I think all the service providers are struggling to get network operations totally automated to kickstart their journey in 5G, because that is going to change the life of ever. Right now we are just looking for iPhone. I think once the 5G comes, you cannot even think about the application that we are talking about. And it's very early stage. We are doing pilot for different customers, but it's life changing. It's going to change the experience the way we are doing right now the internet. Like for example, right now we have seen cable, Wi-Fi, all this is going to change the way your phone will have the capacity that you cannot even imagine. Your whole house can start from a phone. So the way it's going to change the bandwidth and the customer experience and the network, whole network experience is tremendous. That's why I think service provider is trying to, even government sector, we are seeing a lot of, thanks to the Trump, maybe they are investing a lot of government sector right now. There is a program called Country Digitization. And I've been part of some of this program and across the different groups of the government sector, and it's going through a tremendous transformation, digital transformation of their network across the different services they want to provide for different agencies, right? So I think everywhere I'm seeing the network transformation, whether it's the government sector or service provider or even enterprise like Bank of America. Today we launch a service in Bank of America for complete network operation automation, which is going to save them like $170 million over 5 years. So I think it's everywhere we are seeing. To some extent, I think service provider is more eager to take that transformation faster than any other sector.
Thank you. Jayanta. So on the contact center automation perspective, it's a technology thing. Again, what are the technologies that you see are in demand nowadays?
No, there are a lot of technologies. And when Amazon is coming in the contact center space, heavily involved in that, Google is coming in, Microsoft Dynamics. So there is a huge change in the contact center, how they will unlock, and that's also giving a lot of smartphone companies space where to grow. So this space is now quite wide open. With the main thing again, in all this automation that we're talking about is data. So if the data is there and you can ride on, because if you cannot read the data, you can understand the data, there is no automation. And then the really is a big task, right? So this task is depending on the data and decisions. So as this data, and Narinda was sharing, how computing power, how the storage areas have, cost of storage has gone to zero, I think, in Amazon S3. The data is nothing. So when this cost has come down, the computing power has come down, now we can grab all this kind of data into data lakes where we can churn this data and get a lot of AI and decisions out of it. So this space is quite wide open. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, everyone is competing in this space, and a lot of small companies are coming up with very good products in this market. We are constantly evaluating them, and unfortunately we cannot go to startups all the time, because I can see startups coming with very good ideas and chatbots and bots. But then again, when we look at big companies, it's hard to give them a small piece of the pie. We look at an overall picture. Because if I'm starting a chat in a web page, as you're talking about, I know already what you were doing in that web page. What were you going through? And then you started chatting. Then already my decision is already made to the back end by the chat bot. Right? But then you found something and then I need to call. So from there I call back and they get a number and it goes to somebody in the center and say, hey, I'm seeing that you're looking at this and I think you're having a problem with this. Instead of saying, hey, thank you for calling, what do you do? Right? So it's reducing the space and becoming more contextual with the customer. So although the space is growing, a lot of individual small applications are coming up to fill in the gap. in a big company, it's becoming interesting to see how we can do this small and pull up a big picture. So this space is going to grow a lot.
Okay. So before I go to my final question to Santanu, I want to have a quick poll. So, question is, what do you think in terms of job loss versus new job that will be created? We know that we don't know exactly what new jobs will be created. Nobody knows. But there are two different schools of thought. One is Mark Zuckerberg and those kind of people who are very optimistic, new jobs will be created, which some of us are also saying. And the other thing is Elon Musk kind of thing. It's the biggest threat in the industry. So we don't have that many jobs, as many jobs that would be lost. So how many of you think the number of jobs lost would be much more than new jobs created? So most of us are optimistic, it seems. That's awesome. So my question to Santanu.
Before you go to Santanu, just to...
But 5:30 is the end.
Yeah, another trend in the job market, what we are seeing, right? The crowdsourcing part is coming up and skilled ecosystem. So individually today we are working for myself, I'm having some skills and I'm employed. Tomorrow's was there could be skill ecosystem is coming up. So that could be another crowdsourcing environment. So that will change the employment and job skills in a new.
Yep. Thank you. So my question to you, Santanu, is more not technological, not process, not automation, kind of philosophical or ethical question. Assume everything is possible to automate. Now we can automate repetitive, something that optimization is needed, logical thing, and beyond. But tomorrow maybe the nurse's job can be automated as well, CEO's job can be automated, project management job can be automated. Assume everything can be automated. The question is, should we automate even if we can? What about love and humanity and compassion?
Well, it's really a philosophical question, and the way I see it is the whole universe is already automated, right? Nobody told us we have to grow up this way, nobody told us we have to operate this way, right? From certain chemical reactions, from certain molecules, we all grew up and we are doing things in our own ways. So if you see that way, the whole world is already automated, so why not?
Okay. Thank you everyone for your wonderful contribution. Thank you. 10 more minutes. So then, okay. So let's have the 5 minute for Rishita and then vote of thanks then.
I've been put in charge of this brand new marketing initiative with the website. I will try to condense my 10-minute presentation into 5 minutes. So please excuse me if I'm talking right now. It's very nerve-wracking to be in front of a group of very well-spoken, talented students. So I'll just start off. So with their website, there will be a team of high schoolers and middle schoolers working together to generate and post regular content of the work that our alumni and students are doing, which is the cultural performances at every BECAA meet, the singing and dancing performances, as well as we want to include our STEM students as well. So I would like to propose a new idea where we encourage the parents of these children to send in pictures or videos of the work that they're doing outside of school personal projects, whether it be robotics, computer science, art, painting. So for example, I created my own program from scratch this past summer. And if I would like to, I can send in a video of my program in motion and we can spotlight those achievements on the website. In terms of volunteering and STEM and arts, you can, it's fine. In terms of STEM and arts volunteering at these BECAA meets, I would also like to expand the amount of cultural performances that we have at these meets, because even though we are a Bengali community, I have yet to see Bengali folk dances, Bengali culture be as exposed as much as classical Indian dances. We see Bharatanatyam at every performance, but I've never seen any Bengali folk dances at these performances. So I'd like to expand the arts in that direction, but also the STEM, using our very well-reputed veterans and active members of the industry with our STEM students. There we go. So I would like to ask our alumni sitting here that we do something like Cardi Mun's pre-college program, where there I learned how to network, how to code, how to build a resume, all in just 6 weeks. So I asked that our alumni here come together and create a club of some sort where our students, it's fine, don't worry, where our students and children can build their resumes, learn how to code from alumni here. They don't need to go outside, they don't need to go to classes or something like that. We'll have a very resourceful talk group right here. Go back to the first, sorry. So that brings me to our alumni networking. MIT does this thing where alumni, they create alumni clubs. So like the previous speaker said, they come together, they create presentations, share ideas, create projects. So I would like to take that a step further and ask our alumni here to come together and create a club where our students can do that themselves as well. And lastly, topic of the day, automation. So if you look at any college, anywhere, they're all working to change all these ineffective processes up to date by using automation. Sorry. So they're all working to use automation to increase these ineffective processes, make it less time useful. Now, if you look at computers, well, it's not up there, but if you look at computer science, it's one of the most sought after majors, and you would all think that it provides a lot of money and there's a lot of people who work for it. But if you look at automation, there is twice as many people in the automation work field than there is in computer science. There's also a $12,000 difference in their average wages. So as you can see, automation is a very highly specialized field where it's increasing demand in college courses and in the workforce. CMU itself, number one in providing automation degrees, they have over 40 courses offered just by their robotics institute. So as you can see, there's a high demand in what the students are looking for in automation as well as their college. So that basically was my presentation. Before I leave the stage, I know there will be a lot of time and effort that will go into these plans and initiatives, but I hope that as a group that we can all help measure progress and we can all showcase the talent and knowledge that we all have as students as well as to the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishita. I have something to say about her. So we are looking up to the NextGen to kind of expand our networking to the digital area. So that includes creating more channels of communication, creating website content, so more people will be interested into it. And she will be leading, she will be taking to her wings all the high schoolers, middle schoolers, and she will be helping us out building a website.
Okay, Charlie, cut off the vote of thanks then to Bhaskar if you want to say 2 minutes of this.
I have 4 minutes. Out of that, I have to take 10 minutes question. Head of the Agile, automated, whatever you say. First of all, thanks everybody for joining here. I mean, it's a great crowd. We had a lot of good speakers. I especially thank Ms. Suri for that great insight of this. So we had no idea that what area we are getting into. We used what that most of the companies we use, but we did not know which stage we are, where we are going to. And thanks Arinav for bringing the whole overarching thing where we are going to. I was thinking of 2 things and I try to cut short on this. One is, you mentioned a great thing, that's about networking. We did not touch upon networking here. So the networking event, we talked about our knowledge and shared it with our peers on the automation piece, on AI piece. Now, the networking, as you said, that it is a time to give back also. That is, it is not always come here, get acquainted with people and ask for something. There is a way to feedback also. So I think it's our onus on us for the students to give back something, and I think you guys are going to start it, right? So we tried once, I don't know the movie from global organization, it did not work out, but failure gives us success in the round. So that's one part. Second thing I just wanted to talk about very quickly, the difference between automation and AI and all. I was talking to Suman this. That is, what we are doing here, we are talking about AI in different areas, which has got different implications in the system. But just to give one example on this is all adaptiveness. I think what Moloy talked about the Agile. The only thing I give two examples, again in Arundam's picture, he showed about 1903 and 1913. One was only with horses, one was with automated cars. What happened, unfortunately I was reading some article, that is horses are the only animals, they could not adapt, I'm not going to dinosaurs. So, but they could not adapt. So slowly they are becoming extinct because there is no utility of horse anymore. So it's all started with the railway. Whereas all these other things, other animals, they are adaptive, and human beings being on the top of the line, they are always there, and the more jobs are coming, it's all different jobs. So if anybody is thinking the jobs will go away, that's probably not the correct thing. I'm reading different articles on the futuristic vision, so all this way. So I think we are ending in a good note. Thanks everyone.
Thank you everyone. So, winter meet we will have on 28th of March. Venue I think it's yet to be decided, maybe the same venue this month. So we will see you there, but I think more importantly we would like to see all of you, maybe bigger crowd, for the next professional event with a bigger objective and bigger audience. Thank you so much.
And a big hand for Suman and Shobanda.